again, everyone. I'm working on something again because if I'm not always doing something, my brain feels unfulfilled and well, I picked up this really nice lamp. Actually, it's a hanging fixture, light fixture in chrome, and it has the chain, and it has that sleek look. I like it, but I'm taking it apart because I want to use the parts for something else. Frankenstein, that's what I'm going to create. Frankenstein is on the agenda. I'm working on our Frankenstein government as a social media politician, and advice that I have spoken upon has been used, and they know that. They know that. There's always been a lot of that has happened throughout history. You know, the man who invented the original Lego did not receive the credit. That's history. Look up the story behind Lego. It's very lengthy. There's a lot of context to it, truthful context. So it was not Lego took it over. They were not the inventor of that. But anything that you place online is automatically copyrighted because it's out there. So fret not for all artists and poets and writers who have put their material out there. There's such underhanded people, and they don't they take credit. That's why anything that I speak upon now, I don't go into full details because, well, people will just, they swoop down. Vultures, there's vultures. This world is filled with vultures. Vultures that will just come in and swoop down and just try to take credit for stuff that others have done, and then they want to ride off into the sunset and the glory, and then write papers about it, but sometimes papers that take 2 years to complete because everybody's got to, interject. Oh my God, I remember that when I worked at one city agency. Anyhow, yeah. I want to be the voice of reason for a better life season going forward for whatever we have, because the method of this madness is just that, and it's gone on for way too long, and it's all the stuff that these wars consist of. What they're about, it's about acquisition, it's about mineral rights, and everything that we use will not function without the minerals that come from Africa. So but those who have more of a just like more of what's really going on already know this. So but okay, so I'm gonna take it out piece by piece because I'm putting it back together. Then I'll be in a state of confusion, like, oh, wait a second, what, that's part number one, but wait a second, that's part number two. It's supposed to go here. It's not supposed to go under there. Okay. There we go. So I got to get my electrical tape and mark it. Yes, I have electrical tape in different colors. Just learn these little things. Well, I learned about electric in shop class. I took wood and I was doing electric. Um, and then I took sewing because I would always, and art. Well, art was always my thing. I always to draw stuff. But these are things that girls need to learn. The same way men need to learn how to cook and how to measure accurately, you know, in order to have a functioning unit, whether you're a single unit or you're a familiar unit, you have to be able to do all these things for yourself. So, okay, now this is out. I really just needed this tubing. They made these light fixtures and they have tubing that is really so inexpensive. And if you know about these materials, you would know this. But they have these trade shows in well, there's one that they've had out in Vegas that's really quite an event. Um, yeah. But anyhow, when I'm done with this, I'll show everybody what I've done. But before I proceed, I have to mark everything. Yes, I was that child who was a big fan of Romper Room and walking, running around in a cardboard box that was supposed to be a pretend choo-choo. And then I was fascinated with the television, and I couldn't believe that I was watching these people and these kids, and I was like, all right, well, they don't look like me, but they're my size like me, so how do I get on TV? And I went behind the television with the screwdriver, trying to. That's when the construction started. That was it. The construction, electrical engineering, the stuff that just, well, it was of interest. Pretty funny stuff. Anyway, and there you have it. And here I am, the pioneering woman. I was the first one in my family to come up here. Yep. And then my sister-in-law, well, she's not my sister-in-law anymore, but my ex-sister-in-law, they moved up here. Spam. People are out of their mind. I got a spam block, so don't try it. Don't try it, you fools. Don't try it, you fools. Run along now. Run along now. Yeah, the spam, a company that they're trying to, they keep on talking to me, leaving messages about a loan and about the the payment, to dispute a payment on a card that I do not have, and sending me fictitious information from Chase Bank. I do not have Chase Bank. So, yeah, the financial institution. Then there's one place down in Florida that my bank has a third party subrogated place where money was, it was a scam. I sent in the correspondence that the person pretended to be a lawyer, was not a lawyer, said they can find me a lawyer. And I said, no, I want my money, that you misrepresented yourself. I got the credit. It was a temporary credit. And then I faxed over what the correspondence that was said to me, because this person was saying, well, I'm not a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and they admitted to it. Then they said, well, I sent you your money back. Then they refunded it back to this scammer. All right. So yeah, this place down in Florida, the name of it is what the heck is the name of it? I have it written down. But no, that's unacceptable. 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 These places set up shop in Florida because it's such a flim-flam type of state when it comes to finances. That's why there's been so many of these retirement accounts, like these financial houses that set up shop in Florida. Florida, Nebraska, where else? Dakota, South Dakota. Yep. Because they do stuff, yeah, and they have like different laws to just make this stuff easy for these scam artists. But so yeah, that's what happened. But I gotta find that paper, and right now I'm doing something else. But yeah, all scammers, all scammers. But anyway, people, be careful out there. These companies that are third-party companies that have our health information, because everything is online, these companies have zero scrutiny, and they have our info out in abundance. You know, it's like just everything. That's 100% the truth. Everyone, till next time. Bye.